Hi, this is Marco Sanchez. I'm a wedding photographer from Barcelona, and I've been doing wedding photography for over 14 years now. Today, I want to show you my new preset pack for Meridian called Essence. And it's composed by 6 color presets and 3 black and whites, plus a few modifiers to get some looks and for different lighting conditions. My presets are designed to save as much time as possible. I'm a wedding photographer. I shoot a lot of images and I need to edit them as quick as possible. So I've built them for a few common lighting scenarios that we find on weddings. I'm from Barcelona. I shoot mostly in Spain and France and Italy in the Mediterranean. So we here get a lot of sun and a lot of contrast in our images. But we're gonna take a look at each preset and see what it does. So let's start with the main one. This is the base preset. This is not base is the main one. It's the one I use for 90% of the photos that I shoot. I usually when I import my images, I apply it on import. And for the most part, I don't have to touch anything. Usually I just add the preset and maybe tweak the exposure a little bit, or maybe the white balance. In this case, I would just like warm the image up a little bit. I shoot in auto white balance. I shoot with Canon nowadays, but I used to shoot with Sony a couple of years ago, and some of the images here are shot with the Sony A7 III. So they work well in both cameras. I've tried these presets in a lot of cameras from Meridian ambassadors, from Nikon, different versions of different models, and they work well with most cameras. I mean, all the cameras I've tried. Mostly all I need to tweak is a little bit of the white balance, but I shoot in auto white balance for convenience. Cameras nowadays, they have a really good understanding of light, and for the most situations, the white balance in automatic, it's okay. I go for these kind of like neutral tones. I have like a really warm or really cold tones on my images, so auto white balance usually is neutral, so it works really well. So you see, just one click and that's it. This is a good image also to show you some of the AI tools. We have one which is cool down environment. As you can see, it's a mask that just cool downs everything except the subject. Then the cool down subject, which cools down a little bit, drops the white balance on them. We have skin retouch and iris. That's good for portraits, and we'll take a look at that later. But here, for example, we can see the sky safe. You see how the sky, if it's blown out, but if there's too much sun, you can save that. This is one of my favorite. Is the subject pop, and you can see how the darkens the background a little bit and adds touch of more light in the subject before and after, so it makes the people pop up a little bit on the image. And then we have these two, which is the opposites: warm up environment or warm up the subject. Also, we have the bright and airy and the moody, which it's similar to subject pop up, but a more strong variations to lighten up the background or darken it up a little bit more. So let's keep checking the color ones. Main, just one click. That's it, perfect for me. Main, maybe a little bit of warmth here, but that's it. Main, again, I don't have to do anything. Here, main, just one click. Maybe I would do subject pop again, and a little bit of exposure, a little bit of temperature. That's it. Main, again, maybe a little bit of warmth as well. And here we could try also the direct sun. The 5, it's quite similar, just adjusting a little bit the colors for when it's plain sun, which adds more contrast. So we just have like lower highlights. Then main one. That's perfect. We could try also here the highlight focus, which lowers exposure and just keeps the highlight keeps the focus on the highlights. And that's something that maybe we can use here, but let's start with the main one. That's perfect. Or you see the highlight focus a little bit. Maybe it's too much here. Here's a good example for the highlight focus. It just basically drops the exposure and changes a little bit of the tint and things like that. But it's great for images where we have like a darker background and a silhouette or the light. We want to focus on the highlights. Something that I do a lot on my images. Here, just add a little bit of warmth. It was a little bit too much blue here. Here again, highlight focus. This one maybe. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You can just usually depends on the situation that you're shooting, but just highlight. Probably just needed to tweak the exposure a little bit. And by the way, we have the same thing with the black and whites. For example, we have the main black and white. In this case, it's too much. It's too light. And we have the highlight focus, black and white. You see, we have the main one and the highlight focus. Just one click and we get the look. Highlight focus, and just like tweak, depending on the situation, just tweak a little bit exposure. Next one here, it's a good example where I want to, focus on the texture of the dress. It's great preset, both of them, for this kind of images when we have the light hitting the veil or details on the dress. Same thing, you see the main one works, but then highlight focus. This, I would just like add a little bit more light. That's it. Same thing, is a good example. See the color and the black and white. This worked well with vibrant. We have the vibrant one. It just has more, a bit more contrast, a bit more saturation. So lower the exposure a little bit. Add a bit of air, a bit of warmth, and that's it. Perfect. Here it's a good one for the interior one. It's great for interiors when you're in a hotel room inside, and sometimes you have like blue shadows, you have like blue tones getting in the background, and I go for that clean look inside. So it just takes care of all those dominants that we can get inside sometimes, blue or green. So here, for example, this blue ones just takes care of that and just like cleans the whites mostly, clean the white walls. So it's great to get that more clean, neutral, more minimalistic look if you want inside. Here we can take a look at like just the main black and white. Here it's also good for interior or even highlight focus, just adding a little bit more of light. So here, for example, direct sun. If I have a few examples, like the main one, you see the dress would be the highlights were blown out. So just direct sun, one click. You have to touch anything else. You could also use maybe the subject pop-up. I love it. Oh, by the way, here's maybe a good example to show you the skin retouch iris. You can even if you can also apply this at the beginning of a wedding and copy and paste to all images. It will take a little bit to create the custom masks, but everywhere there's a portrait, like it will work pretty well. As you can see it in this case, because it's backlit, the contrast is a bit washed up on the eyes, but look at the skin, cleans a little bit and add some light into the eyes. So it's just like one touch, and for portraits, you can tweak it if you want to. For portraits, it's amazing. It's just like a light skin retouch without having to do much. Where were we? Yeah, here again, direct sun, just one click, nice look. Then we have the dinner one, and this is a bit dark, just like a little bit of exposure. But again, it's great for situations like this. It's catering to the these sort of bulbs, like the light. We have had dinners outside. Most of our weddings here, we have dinners al fresco, like outside with some sort of artificial light. So just tweaking a little bit the white balance to go for this more like neutral look with the skin looks good. I don't like to have people looking like all orangey. So just a little bit the white balance, and then you can copy and paste for the whole dinner. And it also just takes care of the dominance from this sort of lines on all the colors. And then I have a few examples of the high contrast black and white. It's just like high contrast. For example, here we have the main black and white, and then we have the high contrast. So for some images, like for example here, this is a bit not, but this is the normal version, and then the high contrast. So it works well with in some situations. In this case, for example, it works perfect. Just one click. So that's pretty much it. We've seen all the presets. You see how they're pretty much one click, and then you can forget about that. Again, I usually apply the main one for the whole image, the whole set when I import my wedding, and then just go quickly. I usually just leave my cursor, the mouse here on exposure, and I'm with the arrows, just go next, tweak the exposure a little bit, you see, and just usually just tweaking the exposure a tiny bit is all I need to do on most images. So I can just edit super quick. And then, for example, when I get to, if I'm editing, you see, and I get to this image, highlight focus, next, you see? So, they're built for speed and consistency. Hope you like them and hope you enjoy them as much as I did creating them. So, thanks for watching and see you soon.